double check. There we go.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
We're ready to go.
Yep. Perfect. Move that a bit closer, so then it's just good to both of us. I'll real quick open this without causing as much noise. So
Right.
you've got the notes. You can start us off with what you want to talk about first.
Yeah, righto, guys. Good to see anybody that's here today. We are got Wolves v Newcastle.
Yeah.
Good Sunday afternoon early kickoff. As you can see, lineups are scrolling across the screen. Obviously, what do you reckon to the first instant thing? You got Trippier in and Miley dropped to the bench. What do you think, Rob?
I mean, it's a bit harsh. I feel like Miley deserves to play because he's not. It's not that I doubt Eddie Howe's done it. That he's playing bad. I think it's just Trippier is more the natural right back. Although saying that makes it seem like Miley has done bad there, but I think it's good that Trippier plays because I think we've missed him at times with his creativeness down the right hand flank, and just as an overall sort of. Although he's not. Oh, I was just seeing that go back. Overall, although he's not the captain anymore, he's got that leadership, hasn't he?
To be honest, that was exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think the one thing, I think Bruno is brilliant. He's great. I think he's a good
He
captain.
can help get the
doing
fans behind us.
I just think that having Trippier back in just gives him somebody else to lean on.
Yeah.
That's been the captain and can help him. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not showing him a different way. He's just helping him and being there to help him. But yeah, so I think in a way it's a good thing. I do think the fact that you could bring Miley on and put him into multiple positions is a very big help when we're looking at the situation of defensive injuries that we've got.
Yeah.
We then go up to the front three, which he's gone with again today with Barnes, Gordon, and Voltemada.
Yeah.
Are you in the same camp as me that? Again, he's putting Barnes on the right, regardless of whether Gordon enjoys it out there or not. I don't see why they can't split. If they're going to play the three, split it, and the one game one's on the right, other game another one's on the right.
I see your idea. I just think it also depends on what happens in the game. Sometimes Barnes does it, and sometimes Gordon does it. They both sort of like to go sort of stay central in the middle and sort of act as like a second striker. But for me, Barnes I think is better in the final third and in front of goal. But Gordon is one of the players I'd rather take on the defender than Barnes, just because of his pace, and he can when we've said when he takes on his man first time. He wins most of the time, but he doesn't do it as much. And I take Gordon for that. But I get what you mean. You've got Barnes who's scoring goals and in form. You'd want him to be, in the position that suits him best. But I don't see too much of an issue with it. I feel like they can maybe easily. It's an easy rotate. Just tell them to switch side in the middle of the pitch or whatnot.
Well, yeah, there's that. I just don't like the fact that both players are going to cut inside more than actually going and taking the man on and crossing the ball into the middle.
Yeah.
It makes it for me pointless having Voltemada a 6'3", 6'4",
6'6".
Well, okay,
he's massive.
He's bloody big.
Yeah.
6'6" forward up there, and you're not going to put the ball in the air for him to try and get a header to and be above his man.
That's what I've seen. Everybody's seen a lot. Why is it when we play Vissa, we try and play balls over the top more, whereas when we play Voltemada, we try and play it low or not high enough for him. It makes no sense.
It's almost as if you've got a plan, but you're not even going to play to it.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I suppose we look at it. We've got a few other things we can look at with the news coming up, that possibility that a lot of people are clambering on Lewis Hall being probably the best left back at the moment in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, we had
Um,
that sort of last year, really, and as well with Tino. I mean, Tino's sort of been off, but that's due to injuries. But I think with Lewis Hall, I think we've sort of struck gold with that, to be honest. And I just think he's just got to keep playing the way he is, and there's not really much else to ask from him. He plays down the left flank really well. He makes, like we've seen it, where he does hold on to the ball, and we get a bit nervous, but he can hold on to the ball and run up the pitch really well, and he can defend quite well.
yeah, I just think he's got to be in the England squad
Mm.
for the World Cup, surely.
I think it's a good thing that then we can say yes he does, but it's also a bit of a worried thing that who there's not much competition. I mean, for if we talk about the England games, we want to have lots of competition to start in the England squad. Because if Lewis Hall gets injured, God forbid, but he gets injured in that for the World Cup, who else would they play left back? Luke
Yeah,
Shaw?
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where you could say, well, they deserve to play for England, but it's really who else is he competing against? And I'm not saying that discredits the value of it. I definitely think he's deserving to play for England because he's just immense. But you look at that and go, well, who's he really had to beat to get into the England squad?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It is very much.
I think, especially for the defence, really for England. Who I mean, you've possibly got who Carl Walker and Trent. That's really who you've got at right back, and then left back you've only got really Luke Shaw or Hall.
I'll just stop the sound a minute. I've
No.
noticed if you look at the video that's
Yeah,
going on, we're absolutely miles behind.
yeah, no, it's normally like that. It's not going to be perfect.
Right. Okay. That's fine then. So it's not a problem then. Just
No.
because that was just something Dad said that we were a
Yeah,
bit
no, we're
behind.
fine.
Right. I'm sorted to get the right football.
Oh
So you
yeah, we need to
carry
put
on
the right one
talking.
on. Let's have a look. See what you've written down on the notes because I'm always poor at looking at the notes. Um, so oh yeah, that's the one in this game. Talking about Strand Larson, he's a
Mm.
Wolves player that we were interested in, and
Well,
he's in the last season he played really well, scored lots of goals, but he also has been doing really well in the last few games for them as well. Really,
yeah. We should have bought him. I still think. I don't see why we don't. If the
mm.
price is right, I think it's worth having another forward.
I
With the competitions that we're in, and how much the fact that we've still got another month and a half, 2 months where we're back to back on Wednesday, Sundays.
yeah,
That we're basically, I think an extra striker wouldn't do us any harm at all. And at the moment, he would be someone we could possibly get within the budget. I've heard that Tottenham might be maybe on looking at him as well, but do we at the moment have a little bit more of a draw over Spurs on the fact that we can offer them a bit more than what they've got, as in playing time?
I think it would be awkward to buy him. Really, I get what you mean. Like we possibly do have the money, but he was really Wolves' only main sort of striker who was scoring really well. And when we were in for him, they wanted a high offer for someone who was only really 21 years old. Yes, he was scoring goals, but inexperienced. And then he signed a new contract with them. So as
Yeah.
in, he's got a longer contract, which means they're entitled to ask for a lot of money. He's still quite young, and you go, well then, although Osela's had a bit of a few spells, you go, well, you've got Visser, you've got Voltemade, you've got Strand Larsen, then you've got Asula, you've got four strikers. How the hell are you going to play all of them?
Well, I think we should be loaning Osula out and let him get some game time somewhere and get his confidence up
Yeah.
and things. Um, you know, yes, you could look at it and go, well, what's the scenario and what's the what's the other options for someone else up front? But there's
Yeah.
enough of an opportunity to give maybe one or two of the kids a chance to come through and have a look near the end of the season.
Yeah, I get that, and I think well, the FA Cup games haven't been the easiest of teams to come up against, but
No.
I feel like in them games we've had what Neve on the bench now for the last God knows how many games,
Yeah,
and
he doesn't even
he's
play
not
for
even
them.
brought him on. And I get in the last few games we sort of struggled really, and we've wanted someone who we know could maybe potentially make an impact.
Well, yeah, but why when we played the other night and you were 4-1 up against the team, could you not go? Well, I tell you what, let him have the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
He isn't going to do any harm. He's not going
no,
to, it's not doing
no,
any. Why not give the lad the chance?
yeah,
They're never going to learn if they're not. Oh,
no,
what? So we'll take them on the pre-season tour, and they get to play alongside other players that nobody's ever seen and heard before. That
yeah.
have come through the youth teams.
You've
And the
got to
academies.
you've got to bring them in
And
on
then
and
you
play
think
with experienced players.
exactly.
You know, I think a game like this, if you've got Trippier there and you've got Bruno, that you've got some players with experience but knows how to also work with new players. I think this is a game where you want to bring on some of the younger players. I mean, Alex Murphy's played a few games, but bring him on again. Let him get his confidence and bring some effort into him.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and Neve bring him on, or I think we even had Sahar on the bench again. Bring him on. He's really talented.
Yeah,
He's really
no, I
quick. He's
agree.
really talented, and he's eager to score goals.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously today, with all going well, and we get the result we're after,
Yeah,
that could put us up into fifth, level on points with Man United, but we go ahead on goal difference.
yeah,
If we score one or more at least, that will put us level.
yeah,
And then we're only 1 point off fourth with Liverpool after their draw yesterday against Burnley.
yeah.
So we're trying to get the doom and gloom element, but actually we're not down and out, are we? So
That's sort of what's been a divide for a lot of people. Really, it's more, you know, we're not doing terrible in terms of points and where we are, especially in the Champions League, you know, and in the cup. Well, we're in the semi-finals right now of the cup, and if we win, we do well in the Premier League. But it's also the fact that, well, look at how many points we've dropped in the league. We were one of the highest, and there's games where we've thrown it away from stupid mistakes, or we've thrown it away in the 80 plus minute. You go, if we had them points, we would be much higher in the table, or you know, we wouldn't have lost that game in the Champions League if it wasn't for Pope making that error and stuff like that. You go, well, yes, we're still not in a horrible position, but look what we could have had if we didn't make that one simple mistake in that game. Well,
yeah,
and then you just keep adding it up. You go, well, yes, we're here, but look what we could have easily had if we didn't, you know, throw ourselves away every game. You
yeah.
know, there's games where we play really well, then we go 1-0 down, and then we just, or we go 1-0 up and we throw it away, or we go 1-0 down and we don't even try to have any fight back in us until, you know, it's like the 70th plus minute where it's sort of too late, really.
Well, with 13 points we've thrown away
13.
from a winning positions so
Yeah.
far this season.
That's
13
terrible.
points put us in second.
Yeah, 13, and it's watching the games where we've thrown away the points as well. You know, the games we've won compared to the games where we've lost. The games we've won, we've played more bad than the games we've lost. If I'm completely honest,
Yeah.
and I know it sounds weird, but I don't know what it is. How we're also so on and off, because it's away form mainly. Recently, home form has been a bit shitter, but it just makes no sense how we just seem to struggle so much, you know. And I get it's an away game, but it's Europe where we're having to get a flight and stay somewhere completely different,
Yeah.
you know. And it just makes no sense. I don't understand what it is sometimes that can set off the momentum for us, or what. I just don't seem to understand it.
Yeah, I think if we could get a hold of the away form and even maybe get it string a few draws together rather than losing away from home. it would help. Every point is going to now start helping as the season goes on, and the more we get, the better, obviously. But
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not far off from going to be kick off. We've got another
14
15
minutes.
to go. What you thinking on the scores today? On your prediction, what are you going to go for today?
Well, it's an away game, so I feel like we would potentially maybe struggle, but maybe because we lost at home against City, we got to try and sort of chase some points back to redeem that effort. I would say 2-1 to Newcastle. I want to say we win. I want to say that there's going to be a sort of spark that maybe can change things. But I'll go 2-1.
Well, I've got a slightly different view on it today. I think that we're not going to be as defensive as I think we've been of late in the last few away games. I have a feeling that
We're going to be more in the
I think they're
attack.
going to be disappointed with how they've played against Man City. I do think that we left a lot on the field there. We didn't do enough. So I think Newcastle are going to win the game, and I think they're going to win it quite handsomely. The last three matches, it was 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 to Newcastle. I'm going to turn around and say that although I think Wolves have had a good spell and they've done well of late, I think today they're going to hit a trip over, and it's going to be Newcastle 4-0.
Oh, well,
if they score early, Wolves, then I think that will be then you've got to look at it and go, here we go. We're going to sit back and we'll end up getting run over.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that if we do the and come out and go, we were piss poor against Man City.
Yeah.
And we need to give the fans something back, which I think that it's about time they did. I have a feeling that Newcastle could roll over.
Yeah.
But like everything, if Newcastle have a poor start, then I think their heads will go down again, like it always does when we're away, and we'll struggle.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree with the defensive part. We seem to have when we lose possession, we seem to immediately do that thing of have everybody back and sort of just instead of pressing them, let them take the chance and then sort of make it difficult in front of goal, win it back and try and get a counter attack, which is an all right strategy in itself, but a lot of the time it's not working, and I think we need to do that. When the keeper has the ball for the other team, Voltemada or Gordon, they'll press. Why not do that in the midfield? Why not do that everywhere on the pitch? Why not have everybody pressuring? So then they have to change where they go, and then that slows down their attack and sort of lets us sort of close down the areas and the gaps that they can run through. I get the idea of sort of having everybody back and sort of in front of goal because despite it not working, Man City, how many times did they break forward and were near in front of our goal and they scored? Although we lost 2-0, they had like 4 or 5 chances where they could have, scored, but we managed to defend it well. But it's just we seem with letting them do it all the time. Eventually, one of them's going to go in. So I think instead of switching to defensive immediately, I think we still need to try and be offensive to win the ball back.
Yeah.
So I want to see more of that. I want to see well, I'm not saying that they don't do it, but before we used to see Joe Linton just running into challenges and Bruno just winning the ball and playing a quick ball over the top, or Tonali just coming back and covering for the defenders if need be, and I think that's what's needed. We need everybody sort of pressing. We need to sort of, not instantly shut down and go defensive, because when we go defensive, we have like pretty much everybody back, and then you've got maybe one person hanging forward, well then, if we do a counter attack, they're just on their own.
Yeah.
You know, unless it was like a Langer, even though although I don't trust a Langer a lot of the time with his form. If it was a Langer, he could probably run through and goal because he's that quick. But you know, Barnes is probably going to not really do it. Gordon probably could, but again, it's also about where he's situated. You know, we have that one player there, but it's awkward to try and get the ball, take a good touch, run past the defender, and then try and slot it past the keeper. I think we need to have multiple players higher up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we saw it with Visser, didn't we, against City? There was a time where the ball was played over the top, and he could have scored or potentially played it to somebody if we had players higher up.
I wonder whether that's maybe what the Trippier thing is as well, with Barnes being on the right.
Yeah, him and
Will
Miggy did.
bomb past.
Yeah,
You know, probably say that Trippier would be maybe faster or there as about as Miley. And I wonder whether the Trippier will get down the wing more
yeah,
and get past Barnes, so Barnes has got somebody else to find on the wing
yeah,
if he's going to try and cut inside more.
yeah.
Whereas I think Miley, I noticed a few times was more hesitant to go around the outside. He wanted to go in the
He wants to go on the
inside
inside
channel.
where Bruno was sometimes, which is fine in itself, but you know, it's difficult really when you've got someone on your right and then someone in the middle, and then you go, well, who do I go with? You know, because if you go through the middle, you kind of want to stay with them just to get the ball back in case they lose it, you know, or if you go on the right, you want to sort of stay on that sideline just to help the get the ball before it goes out for a throw in or whatnot.
Well,
A lot of retro kits in the ground
there is a lot on
today.
there,
You know,
isn't
they
there?
bought the new, well, even some of the old retro kits. It looks very nice and a bit of a shit weather really for Birmingham because that's where Wolves are, isn't it? Birmingham.
Yeah, yeah. Wolverhampton around the Birmingham area.
Yeah.
Well, about 6 minutes to go.
6 minutes, yeah.
And we'll be on the kickoff.
What's the other games in the league? Because I think they're later.
Aston Villa, Everton, a bit later on.
Yeah.
Obviously, Everton. If God forbid if we lose today, obviously Everton can come level on points with us.
Yeah.
And again, obviously Aston Villa are in the joint second, third.
Yeah.
With Man City, if they win today, obviously that lifts them up to second.
Wolves at the bottom of the table. It would be, well, I don't. It will be. It would be humiliating to lose to them, but I think they haven't actually played horrible in recent form, have they?
We only won 1-0 when we played them earlier on. So
yeah,
you know, at the end of the day, they're not a bad team.
No,
and there's only one or two teams that have gone and given them a bit of a.
The thing is, any team that's sort of in the relegation fight when they're at home have everything to win from this game. I mean, of course, we have a lot to win from this game. We want to obviously stay higher up in the table, but they have sort of every reason to try and fight and push as hard as they can, to sort of stay in the league, So I would expect some decent, at least attacking movement from Wolves, and they'd be solid maybe down some of the wings or even with their striker, Strandlas. Is he playing, actually? I didn't check the Wolves lineup. Yeah. Well, we can see Jose Sar's in goal for Wolves. Bruno having a little chat to the young mascots as they walk out with the players.
No, he's on the bench.
Really?
John Larson's on the bench.
Who's in striker for him then?
They have got Arakoda and Hwang Hee-chan.
So they've done it Hwang Hee-chan's sort of striker instead of near sort of. He can be striker mainly, but he does also like to play on the wing a bit, Hwang Hee-chan. So Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, it's probably probably one of the big substitutions that they could make in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, we have one or two substitutions that can definitely make an impact, but I think who would you say has a stronger bench, us or Wolves?
Oh, we have, I would say.
Yeah.
You've got on potential and paper, you've got Alanga, Miley, Ramsey. I think has been playing well.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily not deserve to be thingy.
Yeah.
And then you've got Wissa. Willock isn't bad. He hasn't been playing awful.
No.
Um,
I just think with the knock on his head the
Yeah.
other game, it sort of slowed him
and
down a
then
bit.
you've got a couple of kids on the bench. So, yeah, I think it's not. It wouldn't be stupid if there is still one in there. It wouldn't be silly to see us have the better bench, I'd say.
Yeah, I get that. I just think going realistically from what we know as our bench, Alanga's struggled, and I although we sort of are a bit upset with him, you can't. You got to go. Something's got to change. Something. It's something's got to play to his style, surely, because with how he played in the last season with Forest and what we have seen, you know, something's got to work for him because we know he's a talented player, isn't he?
The- Whether we're not playing a system that's beneficial to him
Yeah.
yet, I really don't know.
We have to do. It has to be something because why would we have signed him if he didn't fit in our style?
There has to be something that some reason that he's not quite
Yeah.
ticking as well as we'd like him to.
Yeah. To be fair though, it took Gordon quite a few months to fit in for us, didn't he?
True. Yeah.
So you never know. Hopefully, maybe soon we can have.
I know it sounds silly, but look, you've got the same scenario with Voltamada. He came in, scored a few goals. He's got it a little bit dry at the moment, but what did you think about it? Isaac was exactly the same. It took him.
He scored in his
and then he started
debut, and
again after that.
Yeah, he's like, scored in his debut, and he had sort of been on and off. But
the person I want to see a performance out of today is Tonali.
Tonali needs to really. He's not been playing bad, but we know he can be so much better. Yeah. Realistically, I want a good performance from everybody. Really, I'm not saying that not nearly everybody's been bad, but everybody seems to be playing different than they usually have been. Joe Linton hasn't really been sort of dominant in the air and sort of. I know because you don't want to get fouled, or not fouled or get carded, but he's not really sort of been putting in as much challenges. Bruno has made some decent runs, but he's not been as quick as he has been with it, and he's not really been higher up than I'd like to see him be. Tonali, I just think, again, maybe he needs to improve a bit defensively and with some of his playing out wider. I think if Bruno's going to be higher up, I want him playing the ball through the middle to Voltamada. Because if anybody I wanted to make a ball to Voltamada, I think Bruno can do it. Tonali, I think, is more the one to play it down to either Barnes or Gordon.
Yeah.
You could say Botman just needs to be a bit better on his feet, moving a little bit forward. Voltamada, I just think, needs to maybe... although it's difficult, I think he just needs to maybe slow down with his touch a little bit. Gordon needs to take on his man more. There's just so much that players can easily improve on that we know they can do much better if they just do that one thing.
Looks it's Newcastle that's going to take the kick up.
Yeah.
Playing in the blue.
Yeah, blue kit. I like the third kit. It is nice.
Nice kit.
And I do sort of like that because I think a lot of people like sort of the retro look, with the retro badge on it. I do like them bringing that in.
So we're back on the post. Lewis Hall here on the wing, on the right hand side. Oh, it's left side.
Yeah.
Right, by the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So, left hand side for Newcastle. It's back in the defence at the moment. Back out to Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
Lewis Hall plays it forward
to
Gordon.
Awkward touch.
A very awkward touch.
Yeah. Oh, won it back though. Voltamada plays it on the left to Gordon, who has his. Oh, was that Gordon or was that Hall?
It was Hall that played it in, but Voltamada just kept running.
Yeah. And yeah, Gordon has cut. It's still a little bit long at the back, but he's finally cut his hair.
Yes, we saw it. We saw he was on. He was on one of the social media platforms having his hair cut. I noticed yesterday.
There's nothing wrong with him having long hair, but it looked a bit outrageous if I'm completely honest.
I think it got to the point where he was looking more like Krusty the Clown than he was a football player.
Yeah. I like.
I joke. He's a good player.
Yeah, I like who Krusty the Clown.
Krusty the Clown.
I liked his sort of mullet style he had, but I just think when it got longer and longer, it just sort of looked a bit strange. So yeah, look in the last four results for Wolves: a draw against Man United, a win against West Ham, draw against Everton, and then the 6-1 win against Shrewsbury. So they've not been playing bad of late. That's an awkward ball. I don't know. Was that by?
Was that?
I think it was.
That Botman?
I think that it's
Or was
probably.
it Hall? It was one of the other.
Might have been someone on that left side of the defence.
The Wolves have got it on the halfway line. Newcastle have got in there sharp and stolen him off it.
Bruno.
Bruno. Voltemada's now got it.
Joelinton has it on the left.
Hall's got it. Takes us in the middle. Oh, deflection off the defender for a corner.
Yeah.
Good start.
A bit. It was much better because it's more direct passing, but we're doing it. It's so fluid, and that last bit. But it's better because before we do it, we'd be so hesitant. We'd do it, and there's not quite enough space for a player to sort of run into. Whereas we're doing it as we take on our stride, it's much better.
So Lewis Hall to take the corner from the right hand side.
Yeah.
In swinger.
Ooh.
Up to the penalty box.
Misses
everybody. Goes for another corner.
No, it's going to be given as a goal kick.
No.
I still don't understand how anybody can see that as like a linesman who it came off last. I'm not saying that it was wrong, but I just mean if the linesman on the side that the corner's taken on and it's gone behind everybody, how the hell do you know who took the last touch?
Yeah.
It just makes no sense, but it's nothing to complain about. It's the 3rd minute, but Jose starts to take this goal kick for Wolves. It's a decent one.
Bit of a clash there.
But they're both up.
They're both up. They're okay. It just looked like you got a bit of a clash.
Yeah.
There, the Wolves.
Gordon coming back, sort of sitting there with Hall, which is good. We like to see. Has Hall gotten his hair a bit darker? Nice flick
from Wolves. Oh, he's
offside. That's tight there.
Lovely little flick from the middle.
I don't know who that was.
That it was an absolutely lovely. Oh, he's well offside before he
received
the ball. Ooh, that was tight. Now we see it there.
Now we see it. It was tighter than what it was before. We've got it back to Tonali playing it to Hall. That's another thing, Tonali, as soon as he gets the ball, he doesn't even take a touch. He just plays it back first time, doesn't he?
Yeah, I just sometimes him and Bruno can be sometimes too much. He'll have the ball at
Tonali's not enough.
And Tonali sometimes I'd like him to have it a little bit longer before he puts it back.
Yeah, just a bit lost there, but Chow recovered it well. It's to Trippier. Pope is in the pink goalkeeper kit. I like the goalkeeper kits, if I'm honest. Yellow and pink. Although it's a bit of a weird contrast, it's a nice shirt, if I'm completely honest. And there again, I know he can't really do much, but Tonali came there just to immediately pass it back,
Well, the bonus thing I can say there, they don't do the goalkeeper shirts in fact outside, so I'm okay. I don't need to get them. Okay.
Joelinton to Hall. Crosses one in. Barnes was close there, but it's going to be kept in. Yeah. And he's just going to sort of run and apply a bit of pressure. Played further back for Wolves. Maybe could intercept one here. Don't let him get into any space. Good from Tonali. He sort of rushed up, applied a bit more pressure. Joelinton gets a good header to Trippier. Awkward touch, and he's down.
Trippier's injured.
Yeah.
That was a sore one. Trippier got one on the shin, but then for once, actually, he's one of the players that has got a half decent sized pair of shin pads on.
Yeah.
Not that they're very big, even though that way. These little postcards that they put in their socks nowadays, ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is a good run from Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
Nice first time cross.
It's yeah.
It was just the flick on from the defender that took it away from Barnes in his stride, really.
And I think he was thinking, oh, it's going out for a corner, but it just
caught his thigh.
It stayed in, but it was nice from Barnes and Tonali to just sort of.
Trippier got the foul.
Yeah.
Free kick halfway into the Wolves.
I like Trippier taking these free kicks. Not directly for goal. Trippier, I don't really trust for free kicks, but otherwise.
Short, so it's still there.
Back to Tonali.
Tonali looks like he's going to put it in the box.
He does. Oh, what a ball! Headed in, bounced around. It was headed down, I think, by Hall. It might have been, and it was just sort of in front of the Wolves defenders. But we have it back again. Awkward one for Joe Linton. For me, Botman should have been chasing that, don't you think?
He should have been a bit sharp.
Hwang Hee-chan, Bruno's sort of covering that right-hand side. Mane, he's been one that's played really well, to be fair. For Wolves, we've seen him score. So he could be a danger, couldn't he? You see it there again, then we've got pretty much nearly everybody back there. Wolves swing one in. Cleared away by, I think that was Hall. It was. Played in again by Wolves, just too heavy, and it's out for a goal kick for Pope. So it's not too bad at the minute. I just feel maybe it just seems to be we don't have an idea which side we want to play down yet. It's been at the left and it's been at the right. I think we when we're making the pass, we don't know who to actually play it to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because we play it. The defense has it. They play it down the left hand side, but then they've got it back again now, and they just don't know who to play it to. The defense tries to get the play moving, but then they just get the ball back immediately. Pope now shifts it down to Chow. Chow plays the ball to Bruno. I don't know why Bruno's sort of the main centre back there. Hall, brilliant ball. Gordon's not quite there. He does get a touch. Rolls that to Joe Linton. To Voltamada. Tonali has it. Couldn't quite get the ball to Joe Linton or Hall. Awkward bounce. Hall.
Free kick.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was really a free kick.
Steady build up from Newcastle, but obviously just the ending to it just wasn't there.
Oh no, yeah, he does catch him, yeah.
It's a free kick.
Yeah.
More than that.
It was a good forward movement, but I just think when we've won the ball back, we haven't made a good enough pass to play it, and it got intercepted so easily. And again, it was really half Voltamada, but also half Tonali. Tonali got the ball, but he just didn't put enough power into it to either go to Gordon or Joe Linton, and it was just snatched away there. So, played him by Wolves, bounced around. Joe Linton does really well, wins a foul, just outside of the goal line, and played quickly. But again, I mean, as soon as we try and play it quickly, but then immediately we go back to the defence. Pope plays one short.
Wolves are putting a good press.
Yeah. I just think maybe go long with the free kick wouldn't hurt for a while. Was that Tonali shifting that wide? Why has Bruno and then Tonali been at a centre back twice now? Where's Botman? Chow plays one centrally. Joe Linton. Barnes comes back to get the ball. Just sort of slow and steady build up, playing it round the back, taking our time with it, trying to get into the open space. Pope under a lot of pressure there. He does get it. Trippier has it back to Chow. Chow plays one over the top, so to the middle. Voltamada does have it under a lot of pressure. Ref doesn't give a foul for some reason. But we see that again when Voltemada gets the ball. There's always two players side by side to him. That seems to be a tactic that a lot of teams do. They don't let Voltemada get the ball, or if he has the ball, they don't let him sort of have any breathing room to even turn.
If you look at it, they play him like the old centre forward. That basically they know they're not going to, because he's big and tall. They're not going to beat him in the air.
Yeah.
So they don't bother half the time making a challenge in the air.
Yeah, they do it.
They wait for it to get it into feet. And because they know he can play with his feet well, they're then challenging him.
Shifted over the right to Wolves, and Jolinton doing well to apply pressure. Took a bit of a deflection. Tonali headers it, and back with Wolves at the halfway line.
Wolves here just playing around the centre circle, trying to find a forward player, but Newcastle have got their walls up quite well and keep pushing Wolves back, and now back into their own half, and they've played the ball all the way back to the goalkeeper here.
Well, Voltemada's doing the decent thing, which is putting a bit of pressure on, and I think Gordon and Tonali have realised that they've got to try and do that as well. So it was a bit of a panic around Wolves still at the minute, playing around their back line. They've managed to get it through, but Hall does really well there, but he's beaten. Botman's there to maybe cover the cross with a block, and he does. But Wolves are back again on that right-hand side, or the left-hand side. Well, yeah, their right-hand side. Just at the minute, it just seems it's very sort of sudden changes, isn't it? You know, Wolves take it slow, but then they're immediately quick on the break. We seem to be slow all about it, don't we? Bruno looking for somebody to play the ball. I think he's telling Gordon to stay on the left. Barnes now to Trippier. Trippier back to Barnes. Barnes with a brilliant ball. Oh, Voltemada, yeah.
But there, straight away, the first time he's got the opportunity to cross it, puts it in the box, and who gets it? Voltemada with a header.
Just a bit wide.
He was unlucky. He didn't get a good contact on it.
Yeah.
But it was there to be won, and he put himself on it. You know, that's what we want from a centre forward. Yeah. Give him the opportunities to do that.
But we rarely do that with him. But when it's Visser, who's much shorter than him, that's what we try and do with Visser. It makes no sense. But it was that probably has been our best chance that game. But looking back at the Wolves attack, it was good from Botman to cover the area quite well. Trippier has now another good ball over the top of Barnes. Awkward touch. It was an unlucky touch.
Trap it under his feet, and he hit the top of his foot and shot off for a goal kick to Wolves.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost, on the 14 minutes played, and it's still quite nervy and a bit of tension in both teams at the moment.
Yeah, Wolves played. I wouldn't. I'm not going to say like they've been bad, but it's more been the attack for both teams. If I'm completely honest, the Wolves' attack seems really dangerous and sort of has our players sort of scrambling back, like for Botman and Hall. But we have a few times as well with Barnes on that right hand side and Trippier and him working together, and even Voltemada there. It was so simple to win the ball there, but it just was wide.
Newcastle have won a free kick, probably 10 yards outside the area.
Have a look
on the right hand side here.
Yeah, wow, Jesus. And that's the thing with a lot of players, that when Voltemada gets the ball, they just try and swipe the ball because he's that tall and he's that big. It's kind of hard to really wrap themselves around him, isn't it? Trippier, I want Trippier to be taking this. Don't you agree?
You've got him on the pitch. You might as well utilise the fact that that's who has been taking the free kicks.
This could
for
be
the last 3.5 years at the club. So I know he's been injured a bit and he's not been doing it, but you might as well use him while he's on the pitch.
This is he can't go for goal here, so this is going to be swung in. It would be so awkward if he tries to go for goal. I don't think he's going to do it. Hall looks to maybe kick this. He rolls it. Trippier swings one in.
Oh,
flipped on by
header, but it was, was it Voltemada with the
I thought it was Joe Linton. It was either one of them, but it was.
Have a closer look here.
Hall rolls it back for Trippier.
Yeah,
Oh, no, it's
Voltamada
went
over
over
got
Jolinton.
underneath it.
Yeah.
Missed it. Voltamada.
Literally just over the
just
crossbar.
skimmed the top.
But again, a good delivery and he gets to it.
Yeah.
So even he knows he's so close, and I think we just need to utilise. He's got to get the header. So, like Phil Jones, wasn't it? With that header getting on the ground. Wolves now just playing it round the back again, but they're doing it much quicker tempo this time. A good ball over the top, but it's just a bit too heavy. He's kept it in, and Pope recovers that well.
That was a
good from Pope there.
Pope.
Really good, really brave. And
that was a much quicker move from Wolves.
Very
they
quick.
Spread that from the front to the back.
And to be fair,
back to front very quickly.
To be fair, from the Wolves player there, he managed to do well to sort of cross it in. He just thought instead of letting it go out, he might as well. Voltamada, decent touch, and when he's not got space, he does well controlling it and playing it. Played over to the left to Hall here. Good space for Gordon. He does. Gordon crosses it in. Tonali takes an awkward touch, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Heavy touch there.
I think he was shoved a little bit, which maybe threw him off the balance, but it was also quite poor to take the touch with his right foot. Maybe he should have done it with his left, don't you think?
I think it came at him a bit quicker than he was expecting.
Yeah.
So. But it looks to be raining quite heavily there at Wolves.
Yeah, it's really...
certainly be making the ball zip around a bit quicker.
Yeah, and I think the one person you have to feel bad for mainly is the goalkeepers with that. You imagine getting hits, getting smacked in the face with a wet ball going 30 miles an hour. That'd be painful, wouldn't it? But also mainly, if you're a goalkeeper, you just stand... Well, you would be diving, but you're standing there for a majority of the time. You'd be freezing, wouldn't you?
Getting hit by anybody's balls in the rain.
No, but I mean when they're standing there, keepers.
Yeah, I know it. So Trippier on the right hand side of the ball plays it inside to Tonali. Tonali looks up back to Trippier. Trippier back into the middle to Chow. Chow's just inside his own half. Plays it across to Botman. Botman then looks up. Plays a lovely through ball for Gordon on the left-hand side.
Oh, well done from Gordon.
He's twisted and turned.
Plays one in.
Just doesn't quite beat the first man. So
but Wolves, really good turn
get it
from...
clear forward. But Newcastle had won it back, but they've lost it again. He's
Trippier and never gets back.
Trippier.
Oh my God, Pope, Jesus Christ! He took that with his feet, and he manages to go round. Oh my God, Hall nearly gave that away as well. Jesus Christ. Just really good footwork, I guess, from Pope. We were lucky there, really. It was a great turn and played it through the legs of the defender by Gordon. But then the ball in was just not high enough, if I'm honest. But we go again here on the left side for Hall. To Bruno. Gordon's a bit more central. Oh, decent opportunity for a turn from Voltamada. Just a bit unlucky. And Wolves managing... Wolves managed to get a nice touch on it and flick it forward, and they sort of nearly had a chain going. You know, that would have been good if they had someone there, wouldn't it? Barnes on the right now. Played back to Bruno. Bruno looks to shift it to the left. He does. Hall now. Gordon in a decent amount of space. Cuts it in to Bruno. Bruno rolls it to Gordon, and it's just taken a deflection. And back with Wolves just in front of the D in their half. Oh, brilliant footwork there. And now Wolves come pummeling forward in decent amount of numbers. And Jolinton does well to recover that. Foul on Tonali, and there's going to be a free kick for Newcastle. That really should be a booking, that, don't you think?
I don't actually think it was that bad a foul.
No, I mean picking up the ball and...
Oh yes, the descent side of it. You could look at it and say, well, yes,
yeah,
maybe, but I suppose
it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
there's no need to book him really, but it's
Newcastle have taken it quickly.
Gordon
on the left
wins a throw in. Good tackle from don't know the names. Wolves defender. I'm just gonna have to say Wolves defenders or player if we don't know the names. But it seems to be we're doing quite well at sort of getting the ball back and playing forward. We just don't see it because we see the highlight of the previous moment. Hall to take this. The one thing we kind of need is Livermento for the long throwing aspect, don't we? Because he likes to do that. Or even Burn. Oh, swung in beautifully by Hall, but it's straight to the keeper. But it was a good, strong ball with lots of height and lots of power. Wolves breaking forward. Oh, brilliant opportunity, but it was just an awkward touch by the Wolves player, and Pope rolls it out to Tonali, who plays it to Joe Linton, and we look to break forward again. At the minute, it just seems to be we seem to be a lot better in terms of winning the ball back, don't we? Gordon and Hall, they're just not as high up at the minute. It seems a bit odd. Chow to Trippier was calling for it, and he played a ball through the middle, Chow, and it's straight back to Wolves. Uh, Hall couldn't quite win that, and there's plenty of open space, but the Wolves player can't quite keep it in. But it was a good opportunity by Wolves there. At the minute, Hall and Gordon just don't seem to be up as high on the pitch as they usually are they? Which I'm not expecting them to always be on the sideline. It's fair enough that they do like to cut in because that's just how the momentum of the play is going. But it seems to sort of be slowing down our attack a little bit because we're looking to play it to them. They're the ones who usually tend to break forward into the box. Gordon now is on the left hand side. Hall has it, slowing down play back to Gordon, back to Hall. And just holding on to it for a minute. Played back to Chow. Chow to Barnes. Trippier is on the inside. Barnes cuts on the inside and loses that. And now Hwang Chan plays it comfortably back to his centre back. Jolinton with a little bit of pressure. Bruno does really well, snatches that back. Now Voltemada can roll one to Jolinton, back to Voltemada to Tonali, to Trippier. We have an opportunity, and that was a poor ball, really poor effort. It was expecting Barnes to make the run, but even then, that was with the two defenders right by Barnes, you can't really expect him to do much, can you?
No, I think Trippier was thinking. I think he expected Barnes to go to the wing.
Yeah,
he didn't. Barnes stayed in the middle a little bit, and then
yeah,
obviously Trippier just a first time play. He threw to the wing, and
yeah.
there was nobody there.
Bit of poor
Bit of confusion,
communication,
really.
yeah, confusion, which I think there was a little bit sort of near a lot of areas at the pitch at the minute, but we're holding on quite comfortably. You know, we're not seem to be struggling at the minute. Got the ball back again, thanks to Voltemada and winning the ball in the air. It's to Hall now. Hall making a run, so that means we could probably have a bit more pace in this attack. Gordon. Hall is in front of him. Back to Bruno.
Needs the ball to go in the area.
Jolinton to Barnes, who's in the centre. Barnes to Trippier. Trippier can maybe swing one in. He looks to play it back to Bruno to Trippier again. I think Trippier's looking for a Barnes here. Bruno to Hall over the top, and it's too heavy. What the hell was that? That was poor from Hall. Jesus. I think Trippier's one. It sounded like we were Barcelona with how many times we were playing it to each other, but I think Trippier's wanting someone to be on that right wing with him, but Barnes is sticking through the middle, but so is Gordon. We don't need three right in the centre. Goal kick from Wolves again, and it's one back again, but a little bit of pressure. Wolves get the throw in, and in their last three games, Wolves have won one, and in the first 18 games of the season, they've won none. Barnes now can cut it through the middle. He does. No foul given by the referee. Jolinton should have been charging for that, and they play one over the top, but Botman does really well. Plays it through the middle. Tonali has an awkward touch really there. He knows he's got a man chasing him.
I don't really know where Botman played that.
He played it
into nowhere. Really.
Yeah. You can't really blame Tonali for that because he's got a defender he's got an attacker chasing him with it, so he has to take the touch, and it's just awkward. Um, Wolves just playing it round their back line now. Just at the minute, it just seems to be a bit sort of both teams trying to play it too quick. Trippier wins a throw in for Newcastle. I think we need to sort of slow it down just a little bit. But then I said we'll slow it down, but we'll slow it down too much. Barnes has it. He controls it well. Can play it to Trippier. Trippier has it. Can play it to Joe Linton. He does. Joe Linton manages to hold himself up well. Trippier can't swing one in, and it's back. Oh, took a touch from Chow, most likely, so it's a throw into Wolves, and it is. When I said slow down the play, we slowed it down too quick, didn't we? And now it's back in the same spot we took the throw in, but for Wolves this time. What would you say we're missing at the minute? What is it we're doing wrong, or what is it that we need to be doing?
I think we just need to be a little bit more measured in our build-up play. I think we're almost 1 minute we're trying to be methodical and doing it steady and trying to find an open player.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the next time they come up, they do the completely opposite, which is they rush at it and fling a ball into an area where there isn't anybody. So there's no consistency for the forwards to know where they're trying to go.
Wolves break down the left-hand side here, and they had so much open space in the middle. So they're just at the halfway line, but they were given so much open space there, and we've managed to come back, and they're just playing it round their back line in our own half. But we let them break away so quickly there, and again, there's a lot of open space there, really. Played in over the top, looked to shift momentum, but Hall can header this. It's an awkward touch. It's not that tall, and he headers it away for a throw in for Wolves.
They're throwing on the far right hand side for Wolves.
Yeah.
In a nice position. If they're quite good at the long throw.
Yeah.
So I've got a feeling this will be getting put onto the penalty spot
somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah, I think it looks like that's going to be the case because they've got a lot of players in there.
And they've got some quite tall
yeah,
players.
They do, and it could be a bit dangerous. They throw it in, they do get it to awkward, and it's Pope with a good catch.
The first shot that they've had on target.
Yeah, and Pope with a decent catch. It did reach the Wolves player, but it didn't really go in as deep as I think they wanted it to. And the Wolves player just tries to flick it over ahead towards goal, but it's just straight at Pope. So it is going to be Newcastle who break forward. Gordon now on the left-hand side. I think he's looking for someone to maybe play the ball in front of him. Paul to Tonali. Tonali to Gordon again. It's sort of going to just be that sort of slow passing round the back, and it's going to be Joe Linton does well to play it to Chow, but we're just doing that slow passing, and we're not doing it in the areas where we want to try and pierce through the defense. We just try and keep it on the side we're on. We want to keep shifting momentum. So Hall should be playing the ball to Trippier there. Well, he plays to Chow. Chow should play it to Trippier. And now Trippier should be making the ball through the middle, if I'm honest. But it just seems to be so awkward at the minute. Trippier back through to Barnes. Barnes to Chow again. It's sort of like a triangle, isn't it? We're trying to do. You can see we're playing it in a sort of triangle shape, but we're not getting forward with it, are we?
No, it's very much Wolves that are holding a good, strong, stern line and stopping Newcastle playing through it.
Tonali can play one to Barnes. Trippier's quite high up on that right-hand side. He could maybe swing one in, but Barnes doesn't see him. Tonali does, but Trippier's further back now. Can play one from Bruno to, I think that was Barnes. Or it might even be Gordon. Barnes now. Gordon's right with Barnes. Gordon can play one. He does. Hall tries to go for a shot. It's taking a deflection, and now Botman's now having to cover that left-hand side. And Wolves have it. They dink it over the top, and it's good to get themselves out of pressure. And Wolves look to break forward here now on the left-hand side. Plenty of open space here, but they don't quite have anybody central. Played in, and it's for a goal kick. It's too heavy of a pass. We're lucky there, really, because they managed to break away quite beautifully. They're doing what we should really be doing. They're doing one simple pass and breaking forward with it. You know, it makes no sense.
They're just Wolves just look a little bit sturdier,
more composed on their
defensive
passing
line
as
than
well.
we do.
To Chow now. Chow can play 1-2. Trippier on the right. He does to Barnes. But, Barnes fouled.
It's got to be a foul. Oh, well done. The referee juggling his lines. Juggling his flag.
Yeah, he nearly dropped it, but he does give a foul, which is fair enough. Barnes was fouled right on the line, so I think he would have, got away from the defender as well if it wasn't for that. So, do you think we'll try and treat this as a free kick that could go into the box? It looks like it is. Trippier is going to deliver this in.
Going to put this on the penalty spot.
Voltamada, maybe third time's the charm with headers.
They want to get this swinging out.
It's really raining now.
Swinger going to the penalty spot.
It's really raining.
Away from the keeper would be the best.
Trippier's the only one there, so it's going to be him taking this. Just don't go short. Play this in. He is going to play it in. Swung in. Oh, Peter punches it away. It was, I think the keeper, fully committed to clearing it. Tonali. It's back with Wolves. Nearly intercepted by Gordon there. And Barnes now wins that centrally. Runs deep in the area, but he could. Why didn't he play it out wide? It's back with Wolves again. That's just poor. Really poor. And Wolves just playing it around their back line. They're slowing down momentum. We just seem to be really poor once we get past the halfway line. Really poor. Intercepted by Trippier, but it's an awkward bounce and it's back with Wolves. That seems to happen a lot as well. We do manage to get a touch on it, but we can't quite keep the ball. Voltamada applying pressure. He's trying his hardest. Applies a lot of pressure on the keeper, meaning they have to go long. Hall does well. Now Gordon takes a decent touch. He's running pretty much. He swapped positions basically with Hall. Gordon now tells Hall to slow down with Botman. Chow just on the right hand side, plays it to Trippier, back to Chow again. It's just going to be a game of to me to you at this rate because it's just going with everybody. Gordon on the left here. Takes on his defender, swings one in, going to be a corner. And it's hopefully a good delivery. Gordon looks to be taking this corner.
Nice.
Oh, he's just placing it there. Looks
like Trippier's jogging over to take it.
I just don't understand why when we get... I get there's a little bit of pressure, but why when we play the ball do we instantly play it back to the same player? It makes no sense. Why does Trippier play the ball instantly back to Chow when he plays it to him? It's just I don't get it. Swung in by Bruno, headed away. Awkward touch by Barnes. Barnes flicks that back to Bruno, but it's not far enough. It's going to be a throw into Newcastle, taken quickly. Hall to Gordon. Gordon's in the middle here, so he's going to play it out the left to... I think Barnes now is on the left, so it makes not who was on the right wing, I have no clue. Bruno to Gordon again. Gordon swings one in. Hall. Ooh. And it's going to be a goal kick. Wow. I don't understand, again, the formation side of it, though. Why why is Gordon and Barnes in the middle so much, and then why is Barnes in the middle during that move? And then earlier, when Trippier had the ball, why was Gordon right with Barnes? What if you wanted to switch the play real quick, or what if Trippier played a ball in over the top? Who's going to get the ball if it's just a bit too deep? No one's going to recover it. So
They
Trippier,
all want to be in the middle, and they all
yeah,
want to be scoring, and
that's the problem. Yeah, Paul back with Bruno. Bruno just taking his time, plays it to Trippier. Trippier plays 1-2 Barnes. Barnes now on the right hand side, cuts through the middle again. Has no one there, so he has to play it back to Trippier. To Tonali.
Botman out to
Yeah, Paul,
out to
Gordon.
Gordon's trying to go down the left wing, holds it up, trying to tease his man.
Yeah, he's still teasing him. He's got to take him on or play it in. He doesn't. He takes him on finally, swings one in, and it's caught by the keeper. It took a deflection. Bit unlucky there. I think he was wanting it to maybe deflect out for a corner at least, but it seems to be such a strange effort at the minute. I don't know what we're doing in attack, and yeah, goal kick, and it was quite heavy, so it's basically all the way back with Hall. So we have the ball again. I'd like to see sort of the stats about possession because I definitely think we've had the most possession, but Trippier now back to Chow to Bruno. Bruno plays it all the way over the left to Hall. That's a brilliant shift to play. There's plenty of space. Plays it back through the middle where there's so many defenders. Made it 10 times more awkward. Tonali, awkward bounce. Bruno couldn't quite get the pass off, but Voltemada with a great challenge, and the ref gives a foul. What for? That was clean by Voltemada. That makes no sense how that was given. Voltemada did really well to win the ball back. Look at this. It was awkward in the middle. Watch this. Bruno couldn't quite get the ball through. He wins that, doesn't he not?
Yeah, it's not a foul.
So, and he won that, and we could have shifted it to the right. That's poor refereeing there. But it's immediately better when Bruno shifts the play. Well, what were you saying?
I'm just going to tell you what the stats were.
Oh, can you actually get the stats up?
Yeah.
What are the stats?
But basically, we're at the moment with it 38 minutes gone, and Newcastle are 64% of the possession. We've got 5 shots on target to their 1, and although their 1 shot has actually brought 1 shot on target, whereas we've had 5 and had none on target. We've had 7 touches inside the opposition's penalty area to their 5.
Gone. Yeah.
We're just not getting.
Trippier with a good ball to Barnes. Barnes can cross one in. It's going to be straight to the keeper. Oh, he punches it though. He doesn't quite catch it. Good from Chow. Flicks it back to Trippier, and then we look to go again with Barnes. Just a good sort of attacking movement there again, but it's not the best.
It's a good ball from Trippier into the box.
Yeah, Bruno just under a bit of pressure.
Again, why is Barnes on the penalty spot when he's
that's
and
what.
then it leaves Gordon. It leaves Trippier with nobody to try and play out to the wing.
Yeah, and that's what I've said before. I don't understand what we're doing.
But this is my point at the beginning of it all, Robert. Why bother having them 3 on the pitch together if you are not going to stick to the positions that you've been put in?
Yeah.
You have a formation. If he's playing 4-4, 4-3-3, you're expecting a forward to be out on the wing.
Voltemada. Joe Linton just recovers well, and so did Voltemada. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's fair enough if they do it a few times just because that's where sort of the play is. But it seems to be more times they're not in the position than they are. But it just confuses me, really. It really does. And I think it probably actually pisses Voltamada off, to be honest, don't you think?
Pisses me off as a fan.
No, I get that, but as Voltamada, you go, well,
I just feel sorry for him.
ball played in by Joelinton, Barnes recovers it, and swing one in again. He does. Ooh, just not close enough. Yeah,
it's just very messy.
Very messy. Very messy.
And a little bit from both teams. It's almost like now we're into the 42nd minute and both teams are going, well, we don't really want to go one down.
Paul can swing one in, took a deflection corner.
But it's almost as if Wolves don't want to lose a goal before half time.
Yeah.
So they're playing ever so scrappy in the middle, in full stop. And Newcastle just, well, I'm sorry, they just don't, they look lost up front.
Yeah, they genuinely do.
They haven't got anybody that genuinely knows how to put themselves on the line as a forward.
Yeah.
You know, I still think Voltamada isn't a number 9, he's a 10. And I think that's his best position.
Well, it's going to be a awkward one again, and it's going to be swung in, headed down, or Joelinton couldn't quite swipe it into the goal. Yeah, well, it was good from the keeper to catch it, but it was a good delivery in. Referees just...
There's a word here, but
I don't know what about. Well, it swung in quite well, a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, really.
Well, no.
It's just a bit unlucky, really.
It's just unlucky. It was scrappy in there. It was, Joelinton was trying, and it just nothing would happen.
And
good bit of play there, Botman. He did well to get that back.
Yeah. Hall to Gordon. It's back to Hall. Play it to good there, but see, why did he half commit to that? And now Wolves break away again. Hall's on the inside. Cut in and deflected for a corner for Wolves.
This will be probably the second attack they've had all game.
It could lead to a goal.
Corner now, and it's what 4 into the 43rd minute.
Yeah,
and we'll end up losing, going down 1-0 here.
Yeah,
half time. It shouldn't actually be a corner either.
No,
it'll come off his shoulder.
I don't see the replay.
If this goes in, there'd be a call you'd be calling the VAR, going, "I'm sorry, but that."
I don't think they can change it though. Unfortunately. I think once something's been given, I don't think they can change it. Good from
Botman,
Chow.
Chow with a good header.
Botman slipped, and Pope manages to just get that. It was a very light effort. I don't understand, though, the need for the players to sort of cut in the middle like Barnes and Gordon do, because when they stick out on the wings, we play so well. It wasn't like that was the reason we had bad form a while ago. It's not that tactic. I think the reason we struggled was because of the defence. But I feel the need to change the attack when there was nothing wrong with it. Oh, brilliant ball for Barnes, and it's good defending, and it's cleared away for Wolves. Tonali has it back, though. Awkward flip from Paul, and it's back again. That's poor. I just don't understand what Eddie's thinking is, though, with having the players just seem to be all over the place. Down. 1 minute.
Yeah, can I just? It's just very poor, very poor.
Yeah. Wolves here on the edge of the box. Flick one to the right. Could cut back or swing in. Swung in. Oh,
that was close.
Yeah,
just over
very
the bar
close.
From the Wolves forward there.
Yeah, well, about 30 seconds of the additional time left, and for me, it's a really poor half. Really poor half. If I'm completely honest. Yes, we've sort of dominated with possession and touches in the final in the penalty area, but if I'm completely honest, really, really poor. If I'm, in the midfield, really, and I think on the wing. Do you go changes at halftime, or do you go you?
No, I think you give it 10 minutes. Give it 10 minutes, and I think they want to bloody their ears roosting and a bollocking at half time, which it is now
Yeah,
half time. And maybe give them 10 minutes to put their ideas up.
yeah,
But I we have not got anybody at the minute that is playing a true wide winger role,
no,
and as we're not doing that, there's nobody running the channels. So we've got everything is so narrow through the middle, and Wolves are able to just sit there and keep batting everything away.
yeah,
Well, what's the point in that? What is the what is the point? You might as well have stuck a langer on and gone, well, look, you've got pace to burn. I just want you every time you get the ball to take your man on. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work every time. But with your pace, you're bound to be able to take the man on and beat him up, beat him 2 out of 3 times,
yeah,
and get that ball crossed into the middle. And we've got nobody to do it. Gordon's too busy flirting around the penalty area. Barnes half the time's on Gordon's wing rather than actually being on his own.
yeah.
And you know, it's not working when you've got Chiao coming from defence and running up the right wing because he's trying to give a bit of support
To Trippier,
to Trippier because Barnes is stood on the penalty spot
yeah.
twiddling his thumbs.
And I think that there's been plenty of times where if Barnes was just there, Trippier has the ball and he wanted to do what he does with Miggy all the time, or even what he did with the first few chances. He just wants to run up the wing, but he wants someone just to pass to.
Yeah.
And like you say, swap. He'll play it to the winger, he'll run in front of them, the winger will play it back to him or flick it back to him, and he'll cross it in. But he's had no one in support with him. So he's basically a right back that's playing sort of right wing at times. And Barnes needs to stay on that right wing. If you want one of the wingers to maybe just cut in just because they have the dribbling ability to, and then have play a ball in, then fair enough. You have Gordon do that, but they do it as if it's every option, or they dribble the ball in, but they don't cross it in. They dribble in and they try and break through the middle. It's so much more awkward.
It's disjointed and it's not, and it isn't working.
No,
simple as that.
It really isn't working, and I think it's not a change of names or faces. It's a change of tactics, and it really is simple.
It's the same old coming out every week.
Yeah,
and there's nothing any different in it.
The thing is,
it's not. The players are either tired,
yeah,
and have just not got the energy levels to do what it's meant, what he's asking them to do, or they're just not even doing it. They're just doing their own thing.
The thing
is, it isn't working.
Like when you said about the stats, Eddie will say, "Oh, well, we played well. We had most of the possession, and we had a lot of touches in the penalty area." But it's like, we all can see it as fans, and everybody said it, that these are some of the things that just need to change. And it's not even, again, substitutions. It's just the tactics. Yeah. But he doesn't do it.
Well, at halftime, 66.7% of the possession has been in Newcastle's favour.
Yeah.
We've had 5 shots, none on target. They've had 4 shots and 2 on target. We've had 12 touches in the opposition's penalty area, and they've had 10. Their goalkeeper, our goalkeeper, saved 2, and the aerial duels we've won 11 to their 4.
Yeah.
We're just not. We're not doing it. It's not happening. It's just
no. Yeah, it's just the simple thing where you've got to go into the dressing room and say, right, I'm not changing any of you, but I want you to change, the tactics. Barnes, stay on the right with Trippier. Gordon, you take on your man all the time instead of fucking trying to cut through the middle all the time. You can maybe do it once or twice just to throw him off and maybe change it a little bit, but take on your man. And I'd say Hall, at the minute, you're swapping too much with Gordon. You can go up with Gordon, but don't swap positions. Gordon stays higher up, you stay further back. Because how many times has it been that Wolves have broken away and Botman's had to cover the left back for Hall because he's swapped positions? Hall has the pace to get back, but he can get back much quicker and cover his man if he's not swapped places with Gordon.
Yeah,
That's all that's needed to change, really, and you should really hopefully see a big impact. When we've had the chances, and really the only two chances we've had was from Bolton. It was Barnes was on the right with Trippier, and Gordon was on the left, and it was everybody was covering the position that they needed to be.
Well, the first header was across from Barnes that the Voltamada just missed.
Yeah.
And then obviously the second one where he just misses again when it comes over from and misses Joe Linton, and then this is from the cross here.
Yeah.
That was a good cross from Trippier.
Yeah.
So both headed opportunities have come from the right hand side.
Yeah.
So why not try and play and use that more?
Eddie just goes, "Oh, it didn't work, so change it."
Yeah.
Even though you go, "Well, it was close effort," he just immediately goes, "We're not doing that again," and then he'll change it, and then he'll go down the left, and it could be a good effort, but it doesn't quite work, so he'll go, "All right, go to the right now again."
Yeah, things have got to change pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We look very sluggish, and we don't even look like a team that's anywhere near the top half of the league.
Yeah, and although we haven't conceded, and they have done all right at times, the defense do not know how to defend when the ball comes in the air. I'm sorry, bar like maybe for a corner where we header it away. What do some of them do? When the ball comes over the top, like look at that. None of them jumped or anything. They I know it went over the bar, but you'd think my first instinct is to jump because if I get a head onto it, it's gonna deflect off and go out. None of them put an effort in.
No, there needs. I think either the formation needs to alter.
Yeah.
To open it up a bit more, or he needs to seriously think about swapping his players around.
Yeah, and maybe sticking Barnes on the left more, and then Gordon on the right, and if that's not.
Well, I wouldn't. Gordon hasn't done enough for me today. I'd just take Gordon off.
What, for Elanga?
And I'd give Elanga a run out,
or even Ramsey,
or put Ramsey out.
Ramsey's tries and everything. Yeah.
What you could turn around and say, well, why not take Tonali off, bring Ramsey on.
Yeah, Tonali.
And then take Gordon off and bring Elanga on.
Yeah. Of all the midfielders, for me, I think, again, Tonali's not really been the best.
No.
He hasn't been terrible, but compared to what Joe Linton and Bruno have been able to do, especially under pressure at times, he's not been on par with them, if I'm completely honest.
No. Yeah, we're just not. I'm just not seeing any urgency at all. You're sitting there and you look at it and you go, we have an opportunity to go into 5th place.
Yeah.
Which is a Champions League spot.
Yeah.
And we're not even showing any enthusiasm.
No.
You've just had your nearest rival win yesterday, and that's put them a point above you. The one thing you want to be doing is you don't want to be going, well, I just want to get a point so that I'm level with them.
No.
You want to be getting a win to keep yourself above them. And no.
Yeah.
I really, really am disappointed with that.
Yeah. But it seems to be the chain that's happened over the last few years where we would have a bad spell that would last a while, and then it would be a simple fix that doesn't happen, and then after a while or a period, we will have a decent run, or we won't be playing as bad, and then we sort of forget about the problems we've had and not fix it, and then that problem will come back again, and we'll have a bad run again.
Yeah.
And we it seems to be we just try and sort of put it off. It's almost like we don't want to try and fix the problem because you know it, I just don't understand it. Why we as fans can see the problem,
Yeah.
but the professionals, backroom staff, the coach can't see it. I wouldn't be upset if he did try and make a change and we did see us play different, but it still didn't work. I'd go fair enough, it didn't work, but we changed it at least.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd rather us try and change it, but then nothing happens than knowing it's not working how it is, but not change it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It would be great just to get some more movement and get some more pace and speed
yeah,
about it going.
yeah. Well, we're getting near to the second half kicking off in a couple minutes. Um, I I want to see like a quick start, or I want to see a sort of when we kick off, we have players in the positions that they're meant to be in at least. But I highly doubt we'll see any difference because Eddie will go in there and say, "Well, this is the possession rate. This was how many touches we've had. Everything's fine in my books, so just keep playing how you are."
Yeah.
And that'll be how it is. It won't be, "Oh, look at this. We've had this much possession and we've had this much opportunities, but you've not managed to convert. That's because you've not been in this position. You've not been in that position. You've got to go, well, that we know that we're playing well because we've got them stats, but it's just one thing needs to change in order to get that goal."
The thing is, if we're not there, are we? In the change room, listen to what he's saying to the players. But for me, he ought to be tearing and stripping their asses off and going, "What am I putting you on this pitch for? If you're not going to, if you're not going to play the positions I'm asking you to play."
Yeah.
But then has he turned around and gone, "Yeah, you're in those positions, but I'm giving you the freedom to do whatever you want"?
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then why fucking bother? Then there's no
What's
point
the,
having a
what's even
formation.
yeah, or even then going, there's no point of a manager because
Well, at this rate, I'm seriously close to thinking, is it not time just to get rid of him? Because I'm sick of watching the same old every time. There is no. There seems to be not a jot of any idea of how to change things up.
Yeah. Oh, Vista and Willock just doing a
Well,
little
Vista
bit of
and
training.
Willock look like they've obviously been warming up.
Yeah.
But
Alanga as well. They're not in their bibs. They're just in their coats. I think they're just sort of warming up.
they'll be bloody cold sat there.
Yeah,
All,
I know.
all that half in the rain.
Yeah.
Not surprised the poor boys wouldn't bloody warm up.
Yeah.
They're probably sat there going, "Give me a chance, boss. Give me a chance.
Yeah.
And do better than what you've got going on there
Yeah.
at the moment."
Honestly, and with how Barnes has played in recent games, look, he seems a different player today. Although we lost against City, he actually didn't do too bad, if I'm completely honest. But this game, he's just been completely different to what he's normally been. And I think that's because he's gone in his mind. He's gone, well, the last few games I've scored, I'm most likely to do it again. So I'm going to stick myself in front of goal, or I'm going to try and score myself instead of play it across. When really, it's worked before because he's been in that position, and a ball like Trippier's trying to do. The reason why Barnes scored, he's been on that left wing. We've played it on the right hand side, and we played it over the top, and Barnes has been the one to play it in.
Yeah.
That's how he's been getting the goals, not from actually being in front of goal. It's been because we've managed to play it to him. So, second half kickoff should be a minute or two now. It's just
I still would
know.
like to. I'd like to see him drop Voltemada to the number 10 role, and see what he can do. Give him that chance. The other night when he was in there, he had 40 odd touches more than anybody else.
Yeah.
in that number 10 role when he's put himself there to get the ball because he was getting nothing being up front on his own.
Here we are, we're walking out the tunnel.
And he was getting more when he was coming and hunting for the ball himself. Well, why not put him in that number 10 role? Stick Visser up there on his up front for him to flip the ball onto, for him to get somebody to run on behind him.
Yeah.
If you're not going to play him in, make him a focal point, but for the likes of Gordon, Barnes, Wisser to run off him then, because then he can then tap a ball through, head a ball down, hold a ball up, turn it. Let him be the playmaker there then, if that's the case. But at the moment, you're not utilising him at all, and he always then looks leggy.
Yeah.
As if he's not got, and he has got a bit of pace about him, but he's looked so leggy because you're not giving him anything to do.
Yeah. And I think I'm not like, it makes, I think the same with Visser at times. It makes them look bad when in reality, they're doing extra effort than what they're needing to do at times, or they're not getting the opportunities how they should be. You know, if I'm the manager, I'm going, right, this is the tactic and how I want you to play, but this is your striker. He's going to be scoring the goals. Communicate with him how you should be playing the ball to him, if I'm honest. I'm not saying the striker has to be the one who always scores, but I'll go, listen to what Voltemada's saying and how he wants you to play the ball to him or what he wants you to do. If he wants you to run forward and cut it back to him, do that. If he wants you to play a ball in over the top, do that. You know, it just seems to be greed and because we play it with everybody around the pitch, it never seems to be we try and play it for a specific person to score. We just try and play it forward, and whoever's there in the moment is to score.
Well, we've kicked off the second half.
Yeah.
Wolves now playing from left to right.
Yeah.
Good header forward from the Wolves forward, but nobody there to support him.
Yeah.
All the way back to Pope.
Yeah.
Pope's throwing a good ball out to Trippier on the right side.
Yeah. Taking it quick.
Forward.
Tonali back. Player gone down.
A painful one. I think he took one in the took one in the stones there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one or two of the players think that's quite funny.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, he took one in the crown jewels there.
Yeah, and it's Mane as well. 18 years old and he's not going to have any kids anymore.
Trippier had a bit of pace on that one.
Yeah. That'll be a bit awkward to make a run with that. Might be feeling a bit sick.
It just might slow him down.
Yeah. Feel a bit sick if he runs too fast. Right, Hall. Now, I just want to be seeing when we're breaking forward if we actually stick to our positions here. If it looks the same as it is, you could just throw the game away at this point. So Trippier to Barnes. Barnes is on that right hand side, but he's a bit back. Plays it to Chow. To Botman. And Joe Linton sort of playing left back at the minute. Hall to Joe Linton. Awkward touch, really. And it's back now with Wolves. But again, you see there, Barnes is doing a little bit of pressing there, but he should be going straight back to the right wing. Gordon to Joe Linton. Bruno now looking for a ball over to the right. Trippier's there, really, because Barnes wasn't quite wide enough. Poor ball, really, there. Goes out for a throw-in for Wolves. And Trippier doing decent defending there. He goes down, though, so it's going to be a free kick. I think he's just got something in the face there, Trippier. I don't know what. Got a bit of grass on his face, I think.
No, his head's bleeding.
Is it bleeding? I thought it was grass.
I think he caught his foot. I think when he went to spin round in the tackle, I think the player obviously caught him as he's gone down. I don't think it was.
Yeah, I don't. Is that... No, it can't be blood on his face. It looked like grass. I'll have a look if we can see. Get a replay on that. It's not really good that we have another defensive injury if that's the case.
Maybe bringing Marley on might just change.
Yeah. Here we go again. Seeing this back. Ooh, I think he catches some studs.
Catch the studs on
Studs on
his
his head, yeah.
head.
It's not. It's
It
not.
wasn't meant.
No, it wasn't meant at
Just
all.
as his
Momentum,
momentum
really,
is
as he's
if having to
running.
go over the top of the
Yeah,
player, and he's
I think he tries to lift his leg to
he's
not.
trying to jump him.
Yeah.
It's just he's not got it high. His foot high enough.
No, and it's just yeah, just in between the eyebrows, isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh, that might need a stitch or two.
Yeah, that could be quite sore. He should be able to continue though, hopefully.
Terry Butcher him, he'll be fine.
Miley is warming up with his bib on. I don't know who else would be warming up. It might just be him, but it would be good to see players warming up this early, just in case. I think it should always be if there's, if I'm a manager, if we've not got a goal up or anything, after half time, second half, players should be warming up instantly, so it gives them 10, 15 minutes, and if need be, they're ready to be brought on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know they sort of did a little bit of a warm up at half time, but they were in their coats and everything, so I don't think they properly warmed up, if I'm honest. They probably didn't do their stretches or much. Trippier's still down though, but I think he's getting that magic gel just to sort of seal the cut a bit.
The KY jelly. He's used to that.
Right. Could have at least smudged that on a bit better. You just got a massive blob on his eyebrow. Bruno just sort of coming over, having a bit of chat with him as well. Referee's gonna make him stand on the side, probably when we get
because of the blood that's around his head, they've got to by law
wipe it off.
It's got to be clean. He can't just.
And he's gonna be off the side of the pitch just for a few seconds, hopefully, before he's brought back on. So Pope is going to take this free kick. Do not Pope taking the kick. It'll be messed up.
This could end up in their own goal here.
Yeah, he's going to take.
You never know what he's going to do.
Throwing, brilliant. He's got a good throw in him. Kicking, terrible. And with a player off the side of the pitch, and he's the one kicking it, we're going to lose it, and they're going to break down that side. Hall does well to keep this in. Back to Gordon now. Gordon to Botman. Botman back to Gordon. Hopefully Trippier can come on now. It's been probably long enough. And his arms are out, and he's been told he can come back on now, yeah. Ball through the middle to Bruno. It's lost. It was an awkward ball, really, from Hall. I don't know why he was... Oh, João Gomez swings one in. Headed over the bar.
Again, good counter-attack from
good,
Wolves.
Yeah, good counter-attack. I think Pope was going to cover that, though. But it was just too high anyway.
It was a sloppy pass from Hall into the midfield.
It was direct and good enough, but Bruno had two players surrounding him. He's not going to win that. And even if he did, he would have lost it immediately because Bruno can win that. He does, but awkward bouncing up. Took a deflection. Gordon. Throw in for Wolves. And Alex Murphy is also there warming up. So that's another centre-back option, or defensive option if you put him on the left or right back side. But I think he would be a centre-back change. And that's just mental how that's gone past fucking Botman and Hall. Hall, fair enough, but Botman, with his height, how that's gone over him. And then they break away again here. Wolves over the top, and that's quite heavy, but Hwang Hee-chan almost got to it, to be fair.
Almost.
Yeah.
I think only because Botman was there. Botman didn't do anything to put the tackle in. It
just threw him off, yeah. But a quick, easy breakaway again there. And it looked like it was going to be a heavy ball that was just going to go over everybody, but it dropped at the last second and just... Botman being there just helped throw it off Hwang Hee-chan. He looked like he was going to volley it, if I'm completely honest. awkward one there, but Tonali can still get it, but it was too heavy and it's cleared away. But back with Pope, who rolls its Trippier. I mean, we can't say we've seen too much on that right hand side, but it looks like Barnes is sticking out wider more, isn't he?
Well, it looks like he has been told to, but whether
Yeah.
he's actually,
We haven't quite
we've
seen it
not
yet because
we've
we've
not
done
played
the
the ball
left
up there yet.
side.
So
Yeah.
it does look like Gordon is a little bit more wing on this wing as well.
Yeah.
So
He's not going into the middle, but he's still not higher up as I'd like him to
handball.
be.
Oh no,
Oh, got away with it somehow, and it's shifted by Hall to Trippier. Really good opportunity here. Trippier's telling Barnes to come a bit closer. He does. Barnes plays this, cuts in to Bruno, nearly loses it. Back to Barnes. Barnes now running in the centre. Roll onto Joe Linton. It was a very poor ball. And Hall looking to recover this. He does so well enough and he throws it into Botman. It just seems, I don't know. The attack seems to be a little bit slower than the first half. Chow back to Botman. Gordon looking for someone to play it to. Bruno there. Swings. Oh, brilliant ball from Bruno. Good touch from Trippier just to play it back to Barnes. Trippier there. This is where Barnes should be sort of switching really and going in front of Trippier, but he goes again. He's sort of, Tonali's more what Barnes should be in, and
he's lost it too easily again.
what I think no, it's not that Tonali's lost it easily. It's that the ball to him was poor there. What?
I think Tonali just pulled right the way through.
Yeah,
He's had a very
I
poor game. He's had I don't know. Is his head turning a bit because there's people talking about Juventus being interested in him?
I don't think it's that. I just think he's so high up sometimes, and then he's so far back. I
don't think it works with him and Bruno in the team together.
No.
I'm not
Ball
saying
played in really good there from Gordon. Jesus, that was whipped him, but it's
too high for
too high, and I think it took a deflection of somebody, but it's still in, and Wolves break away.
What do you think? Coming up to 55 minutes, do we think we need to have a think about maybe having a swap around in another 5 minutes?
I would say yes.
Who are you thinking?
I would say Ramsey for Tonali.
Yeah, I agree.
And I would go I'd go Elanga for Barnes just because although Gordon hasn't really been the best, Elanga has that pace as well. And if you have two really pacey wingers, it could just maybe threaten the defence a bit more. And that would be the two changes I'd want to make so far. Barnes playing it round. That's Chow. Again, it's just so slow, really, with the passing, but also playing it in. Tonali.
Right idea.
Just yeah. But before, ages ago, Tonali would easily tackle that and win the ball. Now he's given away a foul and he's been booked. It's a bit harsh,
there was no
but
need for him booking
no,
there.
it was a bit harsh, but we've seen it.
Why has he got right? He's not pulled in there. He's not pulled in there. He's just holding the same as the other one is. He's done that. What's he done there now? Nothing. So what did he actually get a yellow card for? Referee just being picky, was he?
Yeah, pretty much. But although it shouldn't be a yellow, there's times where I've seen him easily win the ball back in that situation, but he just hasn't. So free kick right on the halfway line for Wolves here, and they're sending their players high forward. This is a good opportunity to win this back and break away forward. The player over, Chow manages to clear it. Wolves still have it. We're sending some players forward just to apply a little bit of pressure, but they play it back with their keeper and they allow themselves to get back and cover the empty space. Paul does really well with a good touch. And there should be a foul there, and ref does give one. Free kick on the left-hand side
you've
here.
got to give him, if you give Tonali a yellow card, why does he not get one?
I don't get it. I really don't get it at times.
Because that was worse than Tonali's challenge.
Mm.
You know, he just stood on his foot.
Yeah.
Again, no consistency from referees in the Premier League.
Trippier looking to deliver this in. He's still got a bit of blood trickling down him. Well, you saw it by the side of his nose. So you could also maybe see him maybe going off just because of the blood still maybe going. Paul plays one over the top. It was an awkward ball, really.
No, it was just nothing. It was nothing of a ball because there's nobody there. Because he's not even passing or trying to pass it to players that are in
Bruno
an area.
now has that.
He's
Tonali did
throwing
well.
the ball in.
Why is Bruno decided to go shoulder to shoulder with that player there? That was really weird. Tonali takes a shot, took a deflection. We have it again. Trippier now. Barnes, swing it in. He does. Poor swing in. Yeah, that was poor. But he brought Tonali there. Plays it to Trippier. Still got it. Advantage play. Trippier over the top. Voltamada. Oh.
He got the header, but it went behind him.
Offside flag then raised. Great.
But for once, they were trying to win the ball sharp, quick. They decided, right,
Tonali did well to hold it up, but he also, before, he sort of intercepted the ball. Tonali did better. Bruno, I don't know why he won the ball. I think like this. I'm Bruno. I've got the ball. The defender's there. I'm trying to cut and go shoulder to shoulder with you. I should not be doing that. I've got plenty of open space to my left. Why don't I go to the left? I don't know what Bruno was doing there. But the first good chance we've had in this half, it was from Trippier. Trippier was the one who delivered the ball in. Tonali there now, trying to apply a bit of pressure. But again, plenty of open space, and then Bruno just drops easily. Wolves still have it now. And Hall swung in, headed away by Trippier. Wolves still have this. On the left-hand side now. Just being a bit slow with it, but they swing one in.
Good header from Chow.
I think it was Botman.
Chow.
Oh, I thought it was Botman. Okay. Jolinton applying a bit of pressure. Gordon sort of deep back. Yeah. Deflection off Jolinton. Tonali with a very awkward touch again. I don't understand. I get at times there could be a mistake.
Hold the ball?
Yeah.
Hold the ball, set themselves, then pass it.
Yeah.
Not just constantly trying to flick it on with one foot.
Yeah.
And so lazy at it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not.
I get at times it could be awkward and it could come off quite a bit heavy. That's fair enough. But the amount of times we've seen teams do training drills where they practice to be able to take a touch when the ball's played to them awkward. You know what I mean? You know, it just seems to be so often that the touch is so heavy after they receive it. It's like, do they not know how to touch the ball, you know, and hold it well? I just don't understand. Gordon cuts it back to Jolinton, back to Gordon. Lost it there. Jolinton does well to recover. He's trying his best, Jolinton, I think, with what he's got. He's trying to play it to the wingers, but they just don't seem to be doing much, really. Tonali played the ball to Trippier, but that wasn't the most direct, was it? Barnes, Bruno, swings one in over the top. Jolinton! Oh!
Is that not a handball?
Yeah, it might have been, I don't know.
To give it, but
it would be.
I thought there was a bit of a handball there by the defender.
Maybe, we couldn't quite see because the camera was behind.
Maybe just look at it.
A good effort again, though. But... Ooh, maybe.
I just wonder whether it caught his arm.
it could be that really.
Yeah.
It's a bit harsh.
It would have been harsh.
It
if
would
they'd
be
have given
harsh.
it, to be honest.
I don't think anybody called it, so VAR won't bother
So
checking.
is that Hall or Trippier by the looks of Trippier? I think isn't it taking the cross in.
Yeah, I think so.
Corner doesn't even need the Perth man.
I think it was Hall. It was Hall. Good touch from Trippier to Tonali. Plays over the top, but everyone's offside. Botman. Ooh. Offside flag is raised. Very poor corner again from Hall. Really poor. Joelinton, though, had a good effort when he nearly headed it in. For me, at the minute, it could be Joelinton could be my man of the match. So, well, not man of the match, but well, maybe man of the match for both teams. Who else would you say has really played sort of well? I mean, Wolves have had.
Well, I think Wolves have just been resolute and stuck to what they know best, just clinging in there. Now
Strand Larsen's now coming on.
We're in trouble. Yeah, Strand Larsen coming on.
That's not going to be a good
Actually,
thing at all.
He's played well for them. This guy.
Yeah, he's really good pace.
How do you say his name?
Arakoda. Yeah, Arakoda.
He's played well.
Yeah, he's good pace, cuts it in at the right time for Wolves. I think he was the one who kept it in, and before it went out for a goal kick, and he just put in an effort, really, compared to what our wingers have done. We have it again now. Bruno could have handballed that, and it's not been given, but Wolves still have it. Tonali ran in, but didn't put an effort to win the ball. He just ran at it. And Wolves broke away again here. Strand Larsen's 6'4", 6'5", so they could be swinging this over the top. It could get a header here. Something to look out for. Again, look at that though. Look at how close Hall was to Chow and Botman there. He's moved back now, but you saw it, didn't you? That he was right at the centre. Hall then recovers well. Awkward touch once again, but he still has it. Needs someone to play it to. Wins a free kick, thankfully, but he should have. He won the free kick, but he should be looking to make a pass.
That sooner, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. He won the free kick, but if he wasn't fouled or whatever, he was looking to run.
We've got 3 subs coming on
now. Miley, Elanga, and Visser. Okay, so it is going to be number 60. So Miley comes on for Trippier. Miley comes on for Tonali. I thought it was a number 2. We'll see. We'll see in a second. I think Miley would make a good impact. He's played really well. Elanga is on.
Who's Elanga coming for?
I think Voltemada's on for
Visser. Look like Voltemada, but I think this is on.
Yeah, this is on for Voltemada. So I think it could be Barnes.
Gordon.
No, Gordon. Oh, Gordon's off.
So yeah, that's fine. So
that's fair enough.
Just put Barnes over onto the left.
Yeah.
To be fair, Gordon for me has been poor.
Yeah.
Gordon, Tonali. For me, with
out for a throw in for Wolves. Yeah. I think the one that might have been a little bit unnecessary was Voltemada, but you can maybe go, well, it could be a bit more.
He's had nothing to work for. Nothing to work with.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It might be a bit unnecessary, if I'm honest. You could have maybe gone, well, give him a few minutes just to play with the new players on. If nothing seems to change, then take him off.
I'm just glad he's done it earlier rather than later to give players a chance to get going.
They've still got about 20 minutes or so.
I just think, that's the only thing he's done for me.
Swung him wide, and it's a goal kick for Nick Pope here. And hopefully, with the likes of maybe Miley and Elanga, they seem to be a bit more direct and more fluid with how they play and could maybe help the team. Visser, quite deep, manages to play it back to Chow, to Botman. Visser does that as well as Voltemada. They come in quite deep. Hall with a good turn there. That's what he usually does, and he does it well. Hall now had no one really to play on the left wing for him, really.
Just disappeared.
Yeah.
Ran into the middle.
He's now coming in when it's too
Fuck
late.
he thought he was doing, I do not know.
No. It was really poor from Barnes again. And flipped on past Botman, but Chow under a bit of pressure, but he manages to play that back to Pope really well, who plays it out wide to Trippier.
Trippier's got loads of room on the right to play into.
Yeah.
Cuts it back into Bruno. Bruno plays an outside of the ball out to Alanga, who's managed to get there. Can he keep it in? Yeah, he's kept it in. Plays it back there to Miley. Miley's pushed it back into Bruno. Back out to Alanga. Alanga with the cross. Over the top, but good header behind from the Wolves defender. A little bit better play, a little bit quicker on that right-hand side.
Yeah.
Which
I would say the ball in from Alanga wasn't...
Well, no, but what was it straight away?
Corner.
Straight away? No. What's he done straight away?
Crossed it.
Gone outside, crossed the ball. Who have you got taken off? You took your 6'6" fucking forward.
Yeah.
So you're expecting your 2'3" Oompa Loompa.
But it's not that short, but compared to this,
come on. He's nowhere near, is he?
He's 5'9", 5'10", probably. Swung in here.
Easy header away for the Wolves.
It's a free kick apparently on the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper fell over Breda Garras, basically been given a foul.
Mate,
he's been fouled by his own.
He shoves.
But it's his own player that trips him over.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Honestly, that makes no sense. He shoves Alanga, which is fair enough. He's allowed to do that because Alanga's in front of him.
In front of him.
But no one else touches him.
And then his own defender comes running behind him and trips him over.
I just don't understand. Fair. He's allowed to push Alanga. That's fair enough because Alanga's sort of blocking him in a way. So that's fair enough. But I don't understand why he fell over there. Chow headers that. Didn't quite clear it, but Trippier applies the pressure, and Wolves are going to make their substitution. They are taking off. I think it's Gomez. I think it is. The number 8 comes on for the number 10 for Wolves. Comes off for the number 10.
They're not in any hurry. Wolves would take a draw.
Yeah.
Even now, if the truth be known, and actually, they've got enough about them to even push and end up
get a goal
for a goal.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Yeah, João Gomez off for John Arias. Arias, yeah.
And Arias.
Wow.
Like he's gonna come and give me a Tonkin for 10. He's called Juan Arias.
Right. Hall to Joelinton. Back now with Botman. We just need to we need to have a little bit of fight in the last 20 minutes. Just push. We're not got a goal. We need to go right. We just need to.
As a fan, I'd rather lose 1-0, but we've had 20 shots in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we lost 1-0.
Good from Joelinton there. Hall now. Barnes is still not quite on the left here. Miley rolls that out. Trippier to Bruno. Bruno plays that out to Trippier again. Trippier, it's a bit, to Miley. Miley can play that back. Trippier swings it in. Oh, just a bit awkward. Bruno again still has it. Rolls it. Oh, could roll it to Vista. It was good opportunity there. Deflected.
Oh, handball almost on the edge of the
Bruno
area.
tries to play it out wide to Alanga. Bruno did good there. It was the right idea to play it through to Vissa. It was just unlucky.
Again, now we've made the substitutions and we do look for 5 minutes as if we're actually trying to put some an emphasis into it.
Yeah.
But we still don't seem to know how to find a forward man.
I think it's just because they come in so deep at times, but I think the forwards don't really know where to go because the wingers they come in the middle at the same time, so they go, well, where am I meant to go? Oh, brilliant switch, I think, from Hall. Trippier's there. I don't know where Alanga is.
He's there.
Vista's
coming.
Vista's there. That's what I mean. I don't know where Alanga was.
Alanga was in the
Alanga's more middle. Played over the top.
He was on the side.
Plays it back. Vista's there, so there's no striker really. Joelinton's really there. He used to be a striker. Does he have the instinct? He doesn't, because he can't get it because Vista's lost it. Played over the top. Botman can play this back to Pope. He does. Pope should be quick with this. He's going to take his time, though. Flicked by Hall to Botman again. Chow. Trippier's calling for it. He does get it. I like that Miley's sort of on that side with Trippier as well. Miley, just good footwork, rolls that to Bruno. Bruno now. Play it on the left to Hall, which is good. Barnes is there on the left now. Swung in. Alanga just get a bit of a connection, but it's out for a corner. Good effort. And to be fair, although he hasn't done it a lot, Alanga's actually putting a bit of a decent effort in, if I'm honest. Wouldn't you say so?
He's certainly given it a go. I think that him and the defender have just clashed heads a bit there, did they?
Yeah, but he's putting in a decent effort.
I think he's done more in the 5 minutes he's been on that right wing than Barnes did in the whole of the first half.
Yeah.
At least he's tried to get to the byline and
he's tried to get a touch on it. He's tried to just,
I'm being negative against Barnes. I don't want to be, because he's our top goal scorer, for God's sake.
But is he?
But today he's just looked so.
He's in the wrong place.
Do you know what? I know it's. I'm going to say it. A lot of them just seem to be leggy, and they haven't got. We've usually got bags of energy and pace.
Yeah.
We don't seem to have any.
I'm not saying it's like going to be easy. It's not. But we've not had Champions League games in a while, and we've had a few breaks between cup games and everything. Why are we still seeming so tired? Anyway, corner brung in to be headed by Chow. Awkward touch there. It's going to be cleared. Vista applying pressure. It's still in. Let's throw for a throw in. Throw in taken. Joelinton has this now. Plays it to Hall. Hall has space to swing it in. He's placed it to Vista. Vista swings this in beautifully. Oh, defender just managed to get in front of Alanga there. Barnes should play that to Alanga a bit quicker. He's just going to hold on to it. Going to draw some of the defenders in. Bruno. Oh, brilliant flick. Barnes turns. Crosses it in. Oh.
That was unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky, but a
again,
lot better.
What was Barnes doing on the right wing when he's playing now on the left wing?
Yeah. It really was an odd switch there. But Bruno played the ball into him nicely. He did take a nice turn, and it was a decent delivery. But
no, it was a good cross.
Chow nearly got if he maybe stuck his leg out, or even Visser. Visser's had that in the last 2 or 3 games where he's had an opportunity and it's just been in front of him when he's had an outstretched leg. I think he's desperate for another goal. So
I actually think both balls from us, Voltemade and Visser, both need a goal or two.
Yeah.
And the confidence will come back, but they're not got it. They're not getting it.
No, they're not getting the ball. They're not getting the support that they need. And 14 minutes of normal time left, and I think they probably might. Well, I'd say at the minute at least 2 minutes of time. Chow did really well to recover that,
because what a turn in the on the penalty spot there from the forward.
Yeah.
For Wolves, I thought that was just one. That would have been 1-0.
Yeah, really good touch from Strand Larson. Beautiful, plays it through, and it's a good control. I think he chested it down as well.
I think it hits his shin, does it?
Oh, no, it hits his shin. Sorry, it looks like he chested it down,
didn't it? And actually, just enough.
Yeah.
Joelinton wins the ball. Now we've got a chance in the centre.
Barnes is in the middle there. Can play it out. Keeps going. Wins a foul. No, but ref. Okay, we'll take a free kick, but surely that should have been maybe advantage. Miley looked like he was about to sort of swing that in, don't you think? It's good for Barnes to win it again, but I think he should have played that out to Miley a lot quicker.
I don't actually think it was a foul.
No.
That looked more like he won the ball.
Yeah, if I'm completely honest.
It was just because the tackle was from behind.
Yeah.
He won the ball.
But then you go, well, the Barnes knew what he was doing because he went down because he just knew he was there, which really you go, come on, mate, why are you doing that?
He looks like he's wanting to take the bloody free kick.
Yeah. We really need a goal here. Trippier standing over it. I don't know who else will be, but I just know Trippier is. And Hall. For the love of God, don't let Hall take this. To be fair though, Hall has a good shot.
Yeah.
But
Bruno have a swing at it.
Yeah, Bruno
scored a free kick or two.
I think when it's rolled onto him, yeah.
Roll it to Miley, let him loop one into the
Yeah.
corner.
And to be fair, Miley's had a cracker or two at goal. This would be good to score right near the Newcastle fans.
If we scored now, that would just be ideal.
Yes.
And then we've got.
It looks like Hall might take this, really. I think Trippy's going to roll it to Hall. Bit of a delay by the Wolves player. Ref's going to blow the whistle here. Could go to Alanga, you never know. Trippier looks at Hall. Yeah, he is. Trippier swings one in. Oh!
That's
I thought that was in! I thought that flew in! Eddie Howe's got his hands on his head!
I thought it was in.
Oh, I thought that was in as well!
Oh my word,
What
look at
a...
this from behind. Oh,
my
word.
That would have been beautiful. Fair play. I don't care. That was a well-taken free kick.
The keeper was...
might have got to that, to be fair.
That was just a hell of a free kick. Oh,
man.
Trippier.
Fair enough. That's the thing. If it's Trippier, I'll let him take it or even share.
You know, 1 in 5 will be ballooned into this rose edge, but the majority are there and thereabouts.
Yeah. Bit of pressure needed. Vista does really well, gets the pressure. Joe Linton.
Now Barnes has got to be gone.
Barnes, he's not got quick enough. No. He's played 80 minutes, so I'll give him his Miley just again. Bruno now.
It back up.
To Miley. Alanga is on that right wing there in support. Trippier is now going to run past him. Alanga swings one in. It's a bit heavy, if I'm completely honest. But Hall is there. Oh, really good turn as well from Hall, but he's just lost it. Joe Linton now covering that spot. Does really well, Joe Linton. But the Wolves player does well to hold himself up, to be fair.
That was the main thing
and they've shifted it very quickly, and they're on the left now. But Alanga's just doing well to hold him up. Really good opportunity there. Wolves look to break away here. It'd be terrible if they score now. Ooh. Heavy touch, I think, from Chow, and it's back to a... Yeah.
Right contact on that. Chow.
Throw in for Wolves. We seem a whole lot better on attack, if I'm honest. I just think we're not winning the ball back as much as we did. I think any team could really score, to be fair, because Wolves have been a bit sharper on their... Oh, God, here now. Trippier's just... Hall clears out for a corner.
But again, you could have just done with a call from Pope there to tell him he'd got a bit of time.
Yeah.
You know, he's put that out into Rose Ed, but he had time to...
Yeah.
To maybe... Not, well...
Get a touch and maybe play it to Pope, yeah. Yeah, he has plenty of time. All he's got to do is just say header it, or if not, take a touch and then just roll it to me. So corner for Wolves here. Could be quite dangerous with Strand Larson in there. Is he? Where is he? I can't quite see him. He is there. Bueno takes this in. Headed away by Alanga, I think.
Well done, Alanga.
And he's burst in there. Although it's going to be a throw-in, he's just covering the spot.
He's covered the angle.
Yeah. Really, it's what, again, Barnes should be on that left side. 8 minutes of normal time left, and I still think there probably would be maybe 2 or 3 minutes of additional time. Wolves looking to be making their next change. I don't think we need to make another change, if I'm honest. You could go maybe, although we said at the start of the half, but do you think maybe still bring one of the young ones on, or do you go, don't risk it?
I suppose at 0-0, it's kind of, you're looking for your experienced players to go and do something, but you look at it and think, well, would you bring Ramsey on for the last 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Yeah, you could do.
Who do you take off now that you've gone and took?
Joe Linton's playing really well, and Bruno's playing really well.
Bruno,
it'd be cruel.
You want to keep
it'd be cruel to take Miley off just for that. You could go. Well, you go put Barnes off for Ramsey because Ramsey could play on the left wing. So I would honestly want to see that maybe. Alanga does well to win a foul. That's going to be a yellow
throwing that
card.
away should be.
Ref doesn't even do anything there. So again, a bit of bias, if I'm honest. The ref hasn't been too bad, but it's just again a bit of inconsistency, which is just, awkward. Barnes rolls that to Joe Linton. Joe Linton does really well to keep that in. Hall back to Joe Linton, plays it to Barnes. Barnes, Visser does get clipped a little bit there, and it's cleared away. But Hall with a good control. Foul, thank God for that. Ref does give a foul. I was gonna say, Strand Larson, you got to be careful, mate, or you'll get booked for dissent. Hall does see that Strand Larson's there. He does slightly
kicking the shin, but it's not.
It's very light. But it's because Hall looks and knows he's there, so he knows to just go down as soon as he feels any slight bit of contact, which is just.
So Trippier,
I feel it's wrong.
Going to loop it into the middle.
Joe Linton, I beg for a Joe Linton goal.
I'm at this point with 6 minutes to go. Anybody will do.
Yeah. Swung in, headed. It's a bit awkward. Bruno on the turn, shot straight at the keeper. Joe Linton, good catch. He managed to sort of block that with his hand and sort of keep it, and they break away here on that right-hand side now, Wolves. They've got a player on their left. Really well intercepted by Hall. Fouled there. Ref does blow for a free kick. Really good from Hall there. He's getting back into the game now, isn't he, Hall? He's performing better at keeping the ball, but also intercepting really well. Really good save from Jose Sá the second time. I mean, it's a good first save when Bruno twists. Good there, but look at this. One hand sort of catches it and scoops it in a way. That's quite difficult, don't you think? Back from Joe Linton. It wasn't the strongest of headers, but still. Funky Chan's very upset that he's been taken off.
He likes to come off.
I wouldn't have really. You can't. He hasn't really been able to do much, really. But he's upset that he's off. But Hall now again. A lot of booing from the Wolves fans. Brilliant ball to Barnes. Barnes swings one in. Corner. Corner for Newcastle. Come on. We want a good delivery from this corner. Bruno going to take this. Do not try and sneak this in, please. Yeah, he'll try. Aim for your Brazilian teammate. Aim for Joe Linton. Corner taken.
He did get it behind. As well. Yeah, Bruno
he did get it. Joe Linton cleared behind. Yeah, it's a good effort. 4 minutes of normal time. Don't know how much additional. It's looking maybe like a 0-0, but any team can probably snag it.
Listen, it's just.
And Eddie Howe sort of directing his team. I don't know what he's thinking, whether he go out for a draw or keep pushing where we are. Joe Linton can play it over the top to Visser. Really good chance here.
Visser just needs a touch.
Awkward, but it's a... What? How is that a foul? That is never a foul. Offside.
He's got him down as offside.
How is that offside? Show this again. This has got to be shown again. It's good from Joe Linton. Let's have a look here. They're not going to show the replay because they're going to just decide to show Rob Edwards fucking doing some hand signals because that's what we care about more for some reason. Goal kick to be taken by Jose, or free kick to be taken by Jose Sá. There's quite an strong elbow, and I think it's Trippier or Chow. Yeah, but he's up. Hall now with it. A lot of the Wolves fans are booing Hall. They don't seem to like him for some reason. Don't know why. I think it's just because he's been performing quite well. Botman rolls this out. Chow to Trippier. Miley's there because Alanga's sort of a bit in the middle. Bruno out to Hall. Please tell me Barnes is on the wing. he is. He's not high up enough, but he swaps it. Bruno can cut one in. He plays it back to Hall. Hall should swing one in. He does, first time. Awkward touch from Vista, and they break away quick here, Wolves. I'm sorry, that's never a foul, ref. Botman sticks a foot in. He's given a yellow card, but I feel he wins the ball with that.
Yeah, I think he at least took one for the team. Fair play.
Yeah,
it was just a shocking touch or attempt by Vista.
Yeah.
Looking at he's took him out.
Yeah.
He's got the yellow. I think the reason he didn't get a red was because it was two of the players that were with him. But he's definitely the yellow was the right decision. Yeah. And fair play. He's prevented the forward getting through on
first of the season for Botman. To be fair, that's not bad.
He's missed half the season with injuries.
Yeah, but I think with the amount of times that we've been close to conceding, he's managed to not give away a foul or a yellow. Wolves to take this free kick. They're going to take their time. 1 minute of normal time left. I doubt there's going to be a whole lot of additional time. Joelinton headers it down and away, but it's still with Wolves.
5 minutes, I reckon, just for the substitutions.
Substitutions, and I think the corners and the free kick.
Trippier been injured, but I think that would be about it. 5 minutes.
Deflected off Alanga. They look to swing it in from the right-hand side, Wolves. They're just taking their time. Swung in. Oh! Pope has it. They call it for apparently... Yeah, it is a goal kick. They called it because apparently Pope catches it and takes it immediately, which I don't think is an issue. Now they break here on the right with Miley. Back to Bruno. To Botman. We just need one really good chance here. Barnes to Hall. To Joelinton. Back to Barnes. It's just again though. What? 6? Whoa! Okay, Joelinton. Back to Hall. Why is Hall higher than Barnes? I don't know. Swapped all the way to Trippier, which is good. Where is Alanga? He's in the middle. Okay. Trippier plays the ball over the top. Joelinton can header that down. Hall controls it very awkwardly, and he's given it away. And it's now Wolves breaking away again. Really poor there, if I'm honest. Really good from Chow to cover Strand Larson. It's a corner for Wolves. Why is Alanga in the middle?
Again, it's the same scenario, isn't it? They don't know how to stick to their play where they've been told to play on the wings.
Yeah.
They all seem to think they want to score, which is absolutely fine if you've got the ball. But when you haven't got the ball, get back to the position that you're actually.
To be fair, it wasn't a bad ball in by Trippier, and I think he would have done that anyway. But I think if he had the option to at least play it to Alanga, that would have been nice, and then there's a bit more players in that area. But yeah, it was a poor, awkward touch from Hall, and he lost it quite quickly.
A corner to Wolves here.
Bueno swings it in. Cleared away quite nicely.
There. Looks like there'll be another corner by the looks.
Yeah, Wolves player down now. He is trying. I think he's trying to do a bit of a stretch and get himself back up quickly here because he knows his team's got a corner. Yeah, I think because his team's got a corner, I think he's not going to try and take his time with this. I think he wants to get himself back up. I don't know what happened. So another corner on the opposite side now for Wolves. I think Hall's just still doing his laces. He's back up now. Should hopefully defend this well. A sea of yellow plastic bags for coats. What are they called? Ponchos?
Yeah.
Alanga just applying a bit of pressure here. We've also got Barnes now up there. Kick taken from the goalkeeper. Be one back. Bruno does a brilliant turn. Visser's there. Oh, brilliant ball to Alanga, but it's just going to be too heavy. And it's deflected, I think, is it thrown for Wolves?
Yeah.
And then Wolves. Yeah. Wolves will take their time here. I think they're going to take it out for a draw, which is fair enough. They've managed to hold off a few decent chances, but I don't think we've been as good enough as we can be in front of goal. So Wolves to take a long throw in, headed away by Miley, up, intercepted. Wolves still have it. Free kick for Wolves. And then now he's not going to let them take this quick.
Now, why when that player, the Wolves player, is lying on the floor, showing his hands, like showing want to have a card given for the foul, did the referee not give him a card for?
Yeah, I don't.
That's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas we got a yellow card for a player earlier that didn't do anything, and he got a yellow card.
Yeah.
Again, it's the inconsistency.
Oh, Wolves player takes a free kick, but he slips. Botman headers it away, but Wolves have it now on the right hand side. Mane, is he still on? Fair play to him. He is. I think he is. Yeah. Jolinton applying a bit of pressure. So is Barnes. Barnes now. Elanga is in front of him. Elanga is in an awkward position here. He's just got to take. Yeah, he does really well. Take on his man, but there's no one there. Cuts it back to Bruno. Foul in the box potentially, but ref doesn't give it. Ref doesn't give the foul on the Wolves player from Botman, which is good. Yeah, I don't think it is. Jolinton rolls it to Bruno. That was an awkward ball. Bruno turns really well, plays it in. Elanga is on that side. I think VAR might be checking.
I just don't think Elanga's had the chance to get back onto his
own
wing.
half. Oh, Elanga does well to recover that well.
Well done, he's done well to recover that.
Good from Bruno to keep playing. He's trying to... Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. Yep.
That's got to be a yellow card.
That's the yellow card. And the yellow card is shown to Andre because he just absolutely wipes out Bruno there for no need, really. I don't think there's going to be the penalty shout because VAR haven't said anything since then, and they would when the play stopped. That's his 6th yellow card this season for Andre. Wow. So he does like to commit a few fouls.
Brazil on Brazil.
Yeah. Last opportunity here, Trippier to swing this in. He does so. Doesn't really get to Jolinton. Hall does well. Trippier is there in assistance. Plays it over the top from quite far back. Bruno with a flick. Oh, just wide. Oh, and there's.
I think that's the last time that'll be it. It was a shame.
Yeah.
It was a shame. Did he get it?
Oh, yes.
He tried to volley it, and it just sliced off his foot.
Yeah. Wolves
he was
fans
in the right place. But...
Wolves fans giving it large as if they're not in the bottom of the table. So.
We're meant to be.
Yeah, no, we're poor. We're really poor. Goal kick taken here, and the referee blows for full time.
Well, that's
very poor.
Absolutely rubbish.
Abysmal.
I'm sorry, bar one or two little moments which were not of any note. I have to say that Newcastle look poor, and if they play like that in midweek, then I'm afraid our chances of doing anything are going to be very slim.
Yeah.
We need to seriously have a serious think about either investment now, sooner rather than later, or we have to look at the idea that the manager's got to be brought into question about some of these tactics and things, because we do look absolutely ragged today.
Yeah, very poor.
So thank you very much for anybody that's come along and watched. That's me and Mark and Robbie's afternoon done.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you again in midweek for I think it's Europe.
Yeah. I think it's PSG, isn't it?
PSV.
PSV or PSG?
I think we're PSG later on.
Right. Okay.
All right. So where's that? Well, after that,
we're 8th.
We're 8th.
We're still ahead of
Sunderland, which is good.
But
we're still we're I suppose we're 3. We're one win behind, but it's not the point.
Yeah.
We should have been there today.
Yeah.
We should be beating teams like Wolves, I'm afraid. Sorry, when they're struggling as bad as they are.
Yeah.
We should be beating them.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank